begin to tell you how I feel about that.
Come in.
Way disturbing you?
Oh, evening, Pierce. No, I was just trying to track down something for Woody. A photo of the two of us at our old division's costume party. We went as Roy Rogers and Dale Evans. Oh, here it is. See? I was Roy. Woody had better legs. Yes, sir. Those were the days.
Maybe Woody's not ready to put those days in his scrapbook.
What are you getting at?
I had a talk with Woody's driver, and he told me that he wanted to get out of that area when the fighting started, but Woody ordered him to stay. And another kid told BJ Woody wandered in and ordered the company to defend a ridge until they all got wounded. I tried to ask their platoon leader about it, but he wouldn't talk at all. It seems that Woody caused a lot of trouble for a lot of people in an area where he shouldn't have been in the first place.
Is that so?
You know how hard this must be for you.
What do you know about anything? All you've got is three flimsy stories based on a lot of hearsay. Woody Cook is a damn good soldier, and I'm sure he had a damn good reason for what he did. And it ain't to be judged by a bunch of wet behind-the-ears brats with chips on their shoulders. And that goes for you, too.
I'm just trying to...
That'll be all, Captain.
Would you at least let me...
I said good night, Pierce.
If I don't find a way to hear some music soon, I'm going to lose what is left of my mind.
But you asked Margaret to let you play your records on her new record player.
Soon as share my toothbrush with a Democrat.
Maybe you could go over to the old club, play him on the jukebox. Nobody there this early.
That is tantamount to asking Michelangelo to paint the ceiling of Woolworths.
You know, maybe this is a blessing in disguise. I'm stuck here in the swamp. You're stuck without your music. This is a perfect opportunity for us to get to know each other. So tell me, Chuck, where'd you go to high school?
Jukebox.
That's a good old song.
Hey, go. Come here, Billy. You do me a favor?
Sure, Doc. What?
You take this. Throw yourself a little party in the old club. Invite all your friends.
What's the catch?
No catch. It's just a normal, generous offer from a fellow human being. But if the subject comes up, you don't know where you got the money.
Hey, gang. Drinks on me. What are you doing?
Taking out the trash.
Major, I know what kind of music you listen to. All that weird stuff by guys playing the Philharmonica.
Private, why don't you toddle back behind the bar and crush some ice with your head?
Hey, how about some music?
Who put that junk on?
Not that long, they're far.
Hey, Doc, wait. If you just listen to this music for a moment, I'm sure it will grow on you.
Well, how about listening to this?
German. Oh, sorry. You said I'd be out of here in a couple of days. You planning on making a move before I go?
You know, Woody, there's still something I don't quite understand.
What's that?
When the fighting broke out, how come you hung around? If it was me, I'd have skedaddled back to I Corps where it was safe.
Sherman, it was a damn good thing I was there. That unit had a whole reach wide open. The officers were out gallivanting who knows where. I couldn't leave those kids without any leadership.
Could have gotten a lot of people killed, including yourself.
I had no choice. But to tell you the truth, Sherman, I was doing fine. Just like old times again. You can still show those young bucks a trick or two, huh?
Ooh. I wonder if she still fuck her. I wonder if she still does it or not. I got a little quick to see.
Major Scrooge there?
No, No, he's not. As a matter of fact, that's what I want to talk to you about.
I don't even want to talk about that slimy, selfish, insensitive.
I said I should warn you that Wormy is planning to ask if he can borrow your new record player.
What?
Don't you want to know?
Oh, Pete, the nerve of that guy. After the way he talked to me in OR, I wouldn't loan him a cup of air.
So I don't blame you. You should have heard what he said about you after OR.
Oh? And exactly what was that?
When he found out his record player was broken, he said, no problem. He'll just con you out of yours. I believe his exact words were, all it'll take is a few shiny beads and some shallow flattery.
Said that? He brings me one shiny bead and I'll flatter him with a steamroller. Thanks for the warning.
Hey, what are friends for?
Lieutenant, can I see the chart of Sergeant Giroux?
Sure, Colonel Law.
Oh, that's okay, Grim. I just checked him out. He had a low grade.
I don't want to hear it from you, Pierce. I want to see for myself.
Charles, it's simple. Just go over there and knock on the door. Say, Margaret's going to be ravishing. She's going to bring some records for us to listen to. I know you're going to love them.
No matter how desperate, Winchester doesn't.
Don't think of it as rebellious. It's manipulating.
That we do. But look, don't you think she's going to be suspicious? And after all, that was a trifle rough. Over there empty-handed. Bring along some insurance. Good idea. Last time I was in Tokyo, I picked up some tactical gifts for back home. Yeah.
Oh, no, sir. Great. Margaret will love them.
Really? I think so. Well, granted, the woman is no Rhodes Scholar, but I really think she'll fall for that.
Oh, sure. I mean, she's a real sucker for, shiny beads and shallow flattery.
Antibiotics take care of your fever, is it really? You having any pain?
No, sir.
Headaches?
No, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Sergeant, they tell me you were in charge when your unit was attacked.
They told me that too, sir.
Oh, did something happen you want to talk about?
Does
Look, Zarelli, this is very important for the good of everybody involved.
I don't know what you're talking about, sir.
Son, if there were casualties that could have been avoided,
Next
you owe it to your friend tonight.
My CO ordered us to keep clear of that ridge, the one where we got hit. Next thing I know, Colonel Cook shows up, tells us to defend it. I tried to explain what was going on, but he gave me a direct order. We never would have ended up here if he hadn't taken over.
How come this hasn't been reported to ICOR?
What's the use? Even if we had, it'd just get whitewashed along the way by somebody who's a friend of Colonel Cook's.
And why didn't you report it to somebody here?
For the same reason, sir.
Oh, what an unusual gift. I just love it.
Really? Well, Margaret, when I saw it, I said, that's you.
Oh, perfume, Charles. Oh, it's just so scented. You sure do get your money's worth. And if I use too much, I can simply fan away the excess.
I do hope these gestures of goodwill will make up for any offhand remark I may have made at the OR.
Oh, Charles, really? You know I'm not one to hold a grudge.
Of course not. You're far too gracious for such pettiness. In honor of our renewed friendship, I brought along a little something to play on your phonograph. I'm sure that you're going to love it.
How sweet. Oh, Charles, I think there is just one thing I should tell you.
Yeah?
You lay one finger on that record player, and I'll tie your arms and legs in a bow knot and stuff you in my footlocker.
Because
Shut up! You really think I'm stupid enough to fall for this garbage? Sickening perfume and a cheesy fan?
I didn't think Ben was all that bad.
Take your goodwill gestures and ship them back to Goodwill.
But, Ma'am-
How dare you think you can con me with shiny beads and shallow flattery?
Shiny beads And Sean Fenton.
Evening, Colonel. What can I get you? The usual?
Yeah. You know how it is with us old folks. We get our heads set on something and no change in our minds. I'm sorry I barked at you like that. Forgive me. You know, when a man has lived as many years as I have and has spent most of them hopping around the world, he doesn't have a lot of close friends his own age. Especially friends that go back as far as Woody and me. A lot of them have died or just drifted off. I really cherish the friends I got left. Maybe so much that I've developed a blind spot.
Well, if Woody's really a friend, isn't it more important that he may be saving his life?
It may be more important. It sure ain't easy.
All right. That's it. Break. Bubble break. Bimbo.
Charles? What is it? Something wrong?
When you conceived of your master plan, Hanukkah, you did not include the fact that the woman is a raving maniac.
Really? Oh, gee, I'm sorry that didn't work out. But, you know, I'm sure that if we put our heads together, we can come up with another plan.
Charles,
What do you want?
I've come to apologize. The more I thought about it, the more I realized that I behaved like a raving maniac.
Oh, well, I wouldn't say that.
The least I can do is share my photograph with you.
How nice of you, Margaret.
Isn't that nice?
Oh, look, I wouldn't want to impose on you two. Perhaps you'd be more comfortable listening to music in Margaret's den.
And leave you in your condition, PJ. The least we can do is keep you company.
I wouldn't dream of leaving. Now, what would you like to hear, madam?
I don't know, Charles. Whatever you like. Anything you like is fine with me. What about one of those discs?
Good idea. Matter of fact, I have a particular favorite. It's called Kinder Liga. I think you're going to enjoy this thoroughly. I know I shall.
Makes me appreciate the friends I got left all the more. No, Bobby too.
Cracked windshield? Get it fixed now and pay later at SafeLife.com.
We know why you put off your best smile. The time, the cost, the anxiety. That's why.
Recently, Goose revealed even more info about episodes 8 and 9. First off, everyone remembers that one-word description for all episodes, where episode 8 was described as O, but it's obvious that this kind of description only really revealed something for episodes 3 and 6, while everything else could be interpreted in a very abstract way. O doesn't give us any useful info directly either, and because of that, one Blue Sky user asked Gooseworks what new words she could use to describe episodes 8 and 9. As a result, episode 8 turned into fun, and episode 9 into long. In this case, we immediately understand several things, not only about the next episode.
Who knows? Something else might be happening.
Final episode of the amazing
There might be a season 2.
First, briefly talk about episode 9. The word long in the context of episode 9 can really mean only two things. Either the final episode is going to be insanely long in runtime, maybe something close to an hour, or Gooseworks meant a long wait, or something. Like a long journey that will eventually lead the characters to an exit from the digital circus. Honestly, it feels to me like Goose wouldn't reveal something like that right now, which means the most likely option is a hint at episode 9's runtime. If we go back to the leak about the total runtime of episodes 6 to 9, we'll find that around 66 minutes have already been used, including credits, which means episodes 8 and 9 have about 84 minutes left. If we assume episode 9 is going to be the longest one in the history of the digital circus, there's a high chance episode 8 will be around the same length as previous episodes, roughly 32 to 34 minutes. In that case, episode 9 would end up being around 50 minutes long. Obviously, all of this is very approximate, and we don't know whether Gooseworks is counting the credits or not, but I'd honestly love to hear your thoughts in the comments about the runtime of episodes 8 and 9. Goose described episode 8 as fun, and I have a pretty interesting theory about what that actually means. I think a lot of people have already heard the theory that in the next episode, we'll see the last unexplored location of the digital circus, the amusement park. Even before episode 2 released, Glitch showed us a teaser of a mini adventure in that place, but after a year and a half, we still haven't seen even a single hint of anything like that. We've seen teaser locations in content that late, but the amusement park still hasn't been revealed at all. Considering that episode 7 ended with every single character being completely emotionally drained, it makes total sense that to kind of make up for it, Kane won't throw the circus residents into some complicated adventure and will instead decide that they just need to rest and have some fun to distract themselves and forget all the horror they went through. It's very possible that Kane will tell them to go to the amusement park where unlimited fun will be waiting for them. I think the characters will agree to this just to get themselves together, and only then start thinking about how to escape this digital prison into the real world. In that case, both one-word descriptions for episodes 8 and 9 actually sound pretty logical and justified. However, it's important to understand who the key figure of the digital circus is right now, and of course I'm talking about Jax, who over the last while managed to make everyone fall in love with him, then made everyone hate him, and in the end left the entire fandom completely confused about who he really is. It's obvious the show creators planned all of this in advance and are taking us on these, so to speak, emotional roller coasters for a reason. Because of that, I've got another theory about the word fun in the context of episode 8. What if Gooseworks is directly tying the word fun to Jax? Because lately everything has been pointing toward this character being on the verge of turning into an abstracted monster. But now we're starting to understand that everything is moving toward Rivet properly appearing in the next episode. And slightly going off topic, I want to say that I'm already working on the biggest video about Rivet yet, where I'll break down every aspect of this character and explain why she's so important for the future of the story. And trust me, this goes way beyond her friendship with Jax or her presence on the devs list. What if Goose actually hinted that starting with episode 8, we'll see the real Jax, the one who radiates genuine joy and fun, and all the signs leading to his abstraction will finally disappear completely? This gets even more interesting when you consider the fact that a lot of fans don't fully understand the real reason behind Jax's mental state. So let's break that down in a bit more detail right now. This exact moment became the final starting point of the events we see in episode 7. It was during the scene at the Digital Circus Awards that Jax realized all his pretending no longer felt like the right way to live and was only hurting him instead. All of this was made even worse by the fact that literally every day Jax was seeing the doors of his abstracted friends who were genuinely very close to him. Apparently, before the events of episode 6, Jax didn't really struggle much with panic attacks, but considering how well he knew what to do in that situation, it proves that at least a few panic attacks had already happened before the one we were shown for the first time. As I see it, Jax was dealing with all of this, as funny as it might sound, by hiding behind his cool guy mask, and the moment that mask started hurting the people he could have potentially become close friends with, his whole archetype began to crack. If we know that Jax had panic attacks before, but always managed to stay confident, then it's exactly after episode 6 that we notice he stopped pretending. From the very start of episode 7, Jax already looks insanely depressed and completely disengaged from life in the digital circus. This is the first alarming signal that gave us an understanding that something truly scary was happening to Jax. But after that, it only got worse. While being around the others, even if kind of distant from them, Jax still felt like he was part of something bigger. While once he was left alone, he fully sank into his own thoughts, and everything that followed you already know very well. Strange visions that later turned into even stranger hallucinations. It immediately felt strange to me that Jax said he was sleeping. On one hand, it's totally possible that it's true, but then what were those hallucinations? Just a dream? But then why did Jax sink into them right after touching Rivet's hand during the vision? In that case, we can say for sure that Jax said it just so he wouldn't reveal to the others that he's losing his mind and is already one step away from turning into an abstracted monster. That might have been Jax's biggest mistake if he had just closed the door back up, because we all remember that in the pilot episode, we were told that lately, Kathmo had become kind of withdrawn. it's very likely that this is exactly what caused the abstraction to progress. We'll talk about this closer to the end of the video, but for now it's time to get back to the reasons for what could have happened to Jax, since so far we've only broken down one. Let's remember the scene of another one of Jax's panic attacks. On a closer look, you can notice several shots from Jax's real life. We were shown a road as well as a small residential area. If we pay attention to the signs placed there, one of them limits the speed, while the other warns that people can run out onto the road in this zone. Considering that these exact scenes pop up in Jax's head during a panic attack, we can be 100% sure that Jax was responsible for a car accident in which a person died. And judging by everything, he fled the scene afterward. This event has been haunting Jax his entire life. And what's important to understand is that these memories didn't just appear in Jax's head for no reason. The peak of this whole situation is Jax's breakdown. At that moment, Jax fully realized that Kane had gotten into his head and had been doing this constantly. In my opinion, after these events, Jax will stop having panic attacks or visions, because now he understands that any display of weakness on his part makes him more vulnerable. This brings us back to the scene where Jax almost became abstract. Now we understand that none of this was a sign that Jax was losing his mind.
So some love tonight.
Who's gone to another victim. Jax became that victim precisely because lately he has been overwhelmed by too many negative thoughts, events, and memories. In this sense, Jax truly is an ideal target. Not only does he himself realize that he no longer belongs in the digital circus, but Kane also adds fuel to the fire, intensifying the entire situation. Kane expertly plays on weaknesses of the others, and up until now, he had been succeeding at it perfectly. Yet for some reason, he still couldn't finish the job in Jax's case, and it seems he won't be able to anymore. And this is where things get really interesting. What if Jax understood all along that Kane was influencing him and pushing him toward becoming an abstracted monster? And after the hallucinations that were practically screaming that Jax was almost done for, our rabbit realized that isolating himself from everyone else would be the absolute worst option. I'm sure Kane acted in a similar way before as well. He would wait until someone started experiencing serious mental issues, and then gradually worm his way into their head, showing disturbing scenes, reminding them of terrifying events from their past. And each time it would get worse and worse, right up to the point where the character completely closed themselves off, which ultimately led to them turning into an abstracted monster.
John Patterson's traps, locks, and removes 99% of grease. It's the better grease getter.
The toner was the first test for Jackson. Built tough and rigorously tested
Mama?
fast, efficient lifting.
I had sex with Mr. Wait. I'm pretty sure I had she did. I never had sex.
Recent.
It's only been 3 years.
Before we start, guys, I have to make a show.
Hello. I just finished off dinner. So we're just down here for a little bit before I decided to see the game. It was boneless chicken wings with barbecue. That's about it. Excuse me, I'm gonna play some city game in a little bit. That's about it. I'm just relaxing. I'm just gonna relax a little bit because I had some back pain from work today.
Anyway, today marks our third proper round of weather warning type stuff. But the twist this time, in case you haven't gotten hints yet, is that it's going to be called Winter.
Back in a second.
The impetus behind this episode was reality. This year so far has not been a good one in archive land. So just a day or two after New Year's, I was starting to fish around for the would-be next archive topic, and the snow just started dumping outside, and it led me down this rabbit hole. But by the time all was said and done with that little system, we had about 1.5 feet of snow on the ground. But, that's not inherently horrible, but it came over the span of a rather tiny water.
So yeah, not much is happening. I'm just taking a break before I play some games. That's about it.
Mother Nature decided to play a few pranks on it. So it was a recurring one being that we moved off the side, kind of circulating outside, and we checked the radar on the internet on the local TV station, and it didn't look too bad. Get there, put some stuff on it and start digging out. Then you step outside, and Mother Nature turns the snow back on, harder than before. And I guess you could say the final insult to this whole thing was we managed to somehow just miss blizzard stuff. So here in the States, the legal threshold, if you will, for a blizzard is that the wind has to be consistently blowing at least 35 miles an hour. And there has to be snow of some sort involved as well. Well, the winds were consistently blowing at 25 to 30 miles an hour the whole time. So anyway, being the oddity archive guy and being kind of stuck inside for a lot of this, I went and dutifully recorded a lot of local news and stuff for the EAS to go off. And it never did happen, but I did get some fairly alternately informative and amusing local news footage. And that makes up our first montage today.
90 is closed from Chamberlain to Sioux Falls. Interstate 39 is closed from Sioux Falls to